What up, sweet players? It's the homie C-Rod, and today we got one of the most evil demons there is. One of the strongest demons there is. It's called Janemba, man. Janemba is an overpowered monster. Just like in the show, he translates the same into the card game. So I want to hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let's get straight into this amazing deck profile. So we got Janemba. His little yellow ball, big old yellow ball of demonness, man. So what is his skill? Well, when you attack, he has burst 2. Burst 2 means you have to place 2 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area. Then you get to get your auto off, which is when this card attacks, you draw 1 card. Very useful effect. And then you awaken to the demon, supreme evil Janemba. And you untap 2 of your energies when your life is at 4 or less to awaken, and then now he has a skill called Sparking 5. Sparking 5 means that when this card attacks, you draw 1 card and get a 5k boost power and critical for the duration of the turn, but you need to have 5 cards in the drop area. So make sure you fulfill that Sparking 5 requirement, okay? And then he also has an activate main ability where you get to choose 1 card in your hand, place it in the drop area, and if you do so, if your opponent activates a counterplay card, they choose 3 cards from their hand and place it in the drop area, thus making your opponent to think twice about counterplay cards like Cold Bloodlust and whatnot. So that is the evil demon Janemba. So let's get straight to recruiting some members. So first things first, Awakening Talent Pan. If you're running blue, I always say you gotta be in control of your awakening ability and not your opponent awakening you. Thus, we are gonna be adding Awakening Talent Pan because she gives you full control of that. Because when you attack, you get to choose 1 card in your life, add it to your hand, and then she gains a 10k boost power, causing offensive pressure. At the end of the turn, she goes back to your hand, allowing you to have 100% full control of your awakening effect. So we're going to be adding just 3 of these pans, okay? Because she's very good. And then we are going to be adding one of the best negates in the game called Dimension Magic. This card is so broken. It's a negate, so a counter attack. Your opponent attacks, you activate this card for 1 energy. Not only do you stop the attack, you get 2 of your energies back to active mode that are blue, and your leader is blue to fulfill the requirement. And it also has a Sparking 5 ability that if you happen to have 5 cards in the drop area to fulfill the Sparking 5, you get to activate this card for free. Free 99, 2 energies, stop an attack. What more can I say? We need to have 4 of these. So that's Dimension Magic. 4 must. It's a must. And then we got Sake, Demon, rocking out. You know, he's doing his guitar riffs. And this card is what starts off the Janemba engine. So we got this guy rocking out, you know, a demon just rocking to some Metallica or whatever. And then when you play this card, you get to choose 1 of these effects. One of the first 1 drops that gives you 2 options. Option number 1, like the generic pick up 7, add 1 Janemba card to your hand. Or option 2, you get to get 1 Janemba card that's at the bottom of the deck and you get to add it to your hand, then shuffle the deck. This is very useful because Janemba is just bouncing from the battlefield to the bottom of your deck a lot. And this card's gonna allow you to get that card at the bottom of the deck back to your hand and allow you to do the Janemba critical cycle spamming action very effectively. We need to have 4 of these. If we could run more, it would be better, but we could only run 4 because 4 is the max you could play in a deck. And then we got Sensubean. Man, Sensubean, I do not even want to talk about this card anymore because it's just a staple card. 5k boost, very useful defensively, offensively, because you untap 2 of your energies when you use it. Very, very strong card. We're going to be adding 4 of these because, you know, it's Sensubean. You know, in the show, when in doubt, Sensubean it out. And then we got Great Saiyaman, Town Hero, one of the best new super combos from Series 5. And it's a 10k boost, and you get a draw if you fulfill the Sparking 5 ability, which you should because it's not that difficult to do with your leader and whatnot. So we're going to be adding 4 of these because Great Saiyaman is just very ideal. And then let's add one of the best counters, in my opinion, alternative counters, is Mafuba. You know, you grab that battle card that's about to kill you and you trap it in a jar. and that's what this card does. You get to stop the attack, and you place the Mafuba card, this card that you see right here, and you put it over the attacking card. For 2 turns, it's trapped in this little jar, and it cannot attack, and it turns into nothingness. And this card could save your butt from very, very big cards like Victory Strike. So we got 2 of those. It could stop Master Ultra Instinct. And then we got Majin Defier, West Supreme Kai. This Kai, the west side, is doing it clean. I'm taking this card over Objection because it's a 5k boost combo card at the very least, and at its best, it's a barrier extra energy for the turn, because that's what she does. On play, you use her, you put her in rest mode, and she becomes a blue energy, and that's what we need to get an extra step above our opponent. Okay, so we're going to be adding 3 of those. And then let's keep scrolling down, and let's start adding some beast cards like Unyielding Spirit Trunks. We're going to be adding this card because this card takes off the Janemba engine much faster. Unyielding Spirit Trunks, when you combo with this card, you get to choose 1 of your energies, put it back to active, and the reason this is so good is because of the fact that it'll take off the Janemba play 1 turn earlier. So we're going to be adding 4 of these, and I'll explain what I mean by the Janemba play. So we got this Childish Heart Janemba, you know, the little fat ball that's wrecking Super Saiyan 3 Goku? This guy right here, you evolve for 2 energies over that Rockin' Out Demon, and it's a barrier, so staying on play, and then for 1 blue energy, you get to choose 1 Janemba card from your deck, and you get to send it to the warp, and then you shuffle your deck like usual. Then you place this card at the bottom of the deck, and then you get to choose 1 Janemba card with 4 cost energy in the warp, and you get to play it. And there are so many 4 cost Janemba cards at your disposal. So the ideal play is you attack with this card after you evolve, and then you Unyielding, right? You Unyielding to get an extra energy, and then get off your evolved Demon Horde Sword Stabbing Janemba. We're going to be adding 4 of these because this is what really takes off Janemba. So now let's start adding our 4 cost Janemba. So the first 4 cost that we're going to be adding is Demon Sword Janemba. This card is a critical Deflect. He has a skill called Deflect, which means your opponent cannot activate counter play cards on this card. So it's coming out, and it's coming out with his sword. And then you attack for a critical attack, 20,000, and on top of that, you place this card at the bottom of the owner's deck. You get to choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and you send it to the warp. So it's spot removal as well. You get to remove battle cards from play, and your opponent's forced to place 2 cards from the top of their deck in the drop area, having like pretty much deck destruction on your opponent. And you have to place this card at the bottom of your deck. So why is this good? Because it's a 20,000 critical attack going in, and you get removal. So we're going to be adding 4 of these Janembas because he's very, very useful. Very useful. And then what's another card we're going to be adding? We're going to be adding Phantom Demon Strike Janemba. You know, he shoots beams out of his mouth and goes straight to Super Saiyan 3. Well, this card is so good. It's another critical attack. Like I said, this deck is about critical. So you want to go in with your critical attacks. And he has an awesome activate main ability that you get to send this card to the warp zone. And if your opponent has 4 or more energies, and you don't have a Janemba card that's in play in the battle area, you get to choose 1 Janemba card with an energy cost of 5 from your hand, and you get to play it. The reason this is so good is because of the fact that it pretty much allows you to play the 5 cost Janemba with ease, and that 5 cost Janemba is the super rare. So we're going to be adding 3 of these because he also has an auto. I forgot to tell you about his auto, that when this card is sent to the warp, you get to choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and you get to warp it as well. More spot removal. Then you get to look at the bottom of your deck and add 1 Janemba card back to your hand, allowing you to do the Janemba cycle at a much effective rate. So we're going to be adding 3 of these. Janemba Strike, 3 of these. So then let's keep rolling along with another 4 cost. Like I said, all the 4 costs are targets from that Childish Janemba. You know, that fat yellow one. So this one is ideal, because if not, it's the strongest Janemba. Let me tell you what it does. Another critical 20,000 swing, another critical attack going in, and if your opponent has 4 or more energies and there are no battle cards in your opponent's battle area, and there are battle cards in your opponent's battle area, sorry about that, but there are no battle cards in your battle area, reduce the energy cost of this card by 3, thus making it a 1-drop and another critical attack. So if you play it right, you can get a lot of critical attacks by Janemba if you play it smoothly, and this would be the final ideal attack. And then at the end of the turn, you get to place this card at the bottom of your deck, and your opponent's forced to drop 2 cards from the top of their deck and place them in the drop area. So we're going to be adding 4 of these because this Janemba is very, very strong. And then obviously the 5 cost super rare, which you play off of the Strike Janemba, Inferno, Fire, Flames, Demon, Supreme Chain Janemba. So it's another critical attack, but he's 25,000, and when you play this card, you can only play him 1 time per turn. He has a Sparking Talent ability, and after you swing with this card, another critical attack. Place this card at the bottom of the owner's deck. If your leader is Evil Incarnated, which is Janemba, you get to choose 1 Janemba card from your warp with an energy cost of 4, and you get to play it. So this Janemba card is so strong for the fact that it just lets you keep bringing out critical attack Janembas. And we're going to be running 3 of these. Very, very strong card. So that's going to be it for the Janemba cards. So now let's start adding the other spice cards to the deck. So what is a spicy card I'm going to be adding? One of my favorite cards in the game is Double Strike out of nowhere, just like RKO, Supreme Destruction Chomper, man. When you combo with this card, you give Double Strike to the attacking card. Thus, you have a lot of critical attacks, not only by your leader, also by all the other Janembas. And for that reason, we're going to be adding 2 of these because Double Strike crit is crazy and it's broken. So we're going to be adding just 2. And I am also going to be adding some overwhelm cards, guys. Just 2 cards. Just 2. And it's going to have to be Revived Ravager Vegeta. It's an overwhelm 3 critical attack. You could add a Double Strike Champa if you please. More critical, 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 critical. And at the end of the turn, you get to place the top 3 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area, allowing you to still have the Sparking 5 ability with ease. So we're going to be finishing it off with 2 of these, and that's going to be the deck, guys. So let's submit it, and it's coming around 44 bucks as of now, but there's going to be a spike increase. And this is the deck. I want to say hit a subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Like this video if you like this deck. This is the Janemba deck, and like we always say, y'all stay super.